What's going on, guys? My name is Jovatology, and today I'm bringing you what I like to call a comprehensive weapon guide to Crucible. What I'm hoping for in this video is to go in depth with weapons that make you a better player in the Crucible and Trials of Osiris. Now, this guide took a ton of time to research and make, so if you enjoy what you see, please leave a like. So let's get started with the primary weapons, possibly one of the most important things about Crucible and Destiny itself. Let's be honest here, Crucible isn't 100% skill, but playing the game with a horrible gun doesn't always mean failure, but it sure does perpetuate it. Now, a lot of people ask this question: how do I go about getting good weapons compared to the shitty ones? And they also ask, how do I know which ones are the best? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off of which weapons are used most heavily. Of course, that doesn't always mean that they're the best, but there's a good shot that there's something good about it. So to find out what weapons are the best and used most often, I'm going to go to DestinyTrialsReport.com. This is going to tell me what is used most often in that Trials week. So as we can see here, hand cannons make up more than half of all kills in Trials the week this data was taken from. Also, we can see that the hand cannon called the Palindrome was the leading weapon used in all of Trials that week. To understand why the Palindrome was used so much compared to other weapons, let's look at the other decent Crucible weapons called the Lord High Fixer and the Ias Luna. On the Lord High Fixer, the rate of fire and the impact are both equal, and the rest of the stats are very close to one another as well. Now, both of these weapons compared to the Ias Luna, everything lines up pretty well, except the stability of the gun. The Ias Luna has a massive stability boost factor associated with it compared to our other two examples. So if all three of these guns are used in Trials, why does the Palindrome stand out compared to the Ias Luna and the Lord High Fixer? To be honest, the only reason I can imagine is the fact that you can actually buy the Palindrome with some legendary marks if you go to the Crucible Quartermaster. Also, if you'd like to use a scout rifle rather than a hand cannon, then go and get the Mida multi-tool. It's a great rifle. So we've defined the best or most used guns in Trials, and later in the video I'll take a look at what perks make these guns great. But right now, let's focus on special weapons. Special weapons, I believe, are a little less important than your primaries, but they should still be good weapons regardless of whether you're using them to get kills or not. The Icebreaker is a perfect example of that importance, racking up an impressive 13.65 of top weapon kills. For those of you who don't know, the Icebreaker has an amazing effect for Crucible. That effect is the regeneration of its own ammo. If you have the weapon, you don't have to find a special ammo container every single time you need some ammo. You can just wait a couple of seconds for your ammo to refill by itself. This makes peeking at the beginning of a round much more powerful for the person holding the sniper. You can get this weapon by talking to Commander Zavala and getting the Sunrise bounty. This bounty basically needs you to get the Nightfall done in 30 minutes or less and have the Gold Contender badge. Not too hard if you have a team of 3. Unfortunately though, it took me a minimum of 6 tries to get the Icebreaker, but in the end I think it was all worth it. Now to sidearms. Sidearms have the ability to keep 1 magazine's worth of ammo when you die, so they're a good choice as well. If you have a sidearm, you want a high rate of fire and decent range, not to mention a good amount of impact. All of these can be found in the future War Cult sidearm, the Wormwood. As for heavies, personally, I don't really think that heavies change the game all too much. If you play Trials, they're going to be used like 1 round, and if you play any other game modes like Clash, you're probably only going to use them once. Personally, I like my heavy machine gun because I outgun everybody in a 1v1. You can use whatever you'd like, but I'm just letting you know what I think is the best bet. Now, a truly good Crucible gun has the right rolls or perks. Since scout rifles and hand cannons are the 2 most used types of guns, I'll talk about the best rolls for both primaries and the best rolls for sidearms and snipers as well. Now, I'm getting my information from a Reddit post that I'll link in the description below. If you want to read more into the hand cannon perks, just go there. After an update hit Destiny a while ago, range became incredibly important because of the fact that the farther away the enemy is, the less damage that you will do. This is called range fall off. So straight away, any perk that can increase range should be taken. Perks that can do this are as follows: Rangefinder, Rifled Barrel, Reinforced Barrel, Hammer Forged, Hand Loaded, Small Bore, and High Caliber rounds. After range has been dealt with, Aim Assist is next. Aim Assist doesn't necessarily only drag your sights to an enemy, it affects bullet magnetism and hitbox size as well. So a great perk to have for this is Hidden Hand. This perk increases bullet magnetism and target acquisition. And the last perk is sort of a crap shot, so here's some good choices. Luck in the Chamber if used on low magazine sized hand cannons. This perk gives 1 bullet in your magazine 30% more damage. Third Eye, which allows the radar to stay active while aiming down sights. Mulligan, which grants a 20% chance to return a bullet to the magazine if you've missed your shot, life support, which gives you health if you're critically wounded and killed somebody, and reactive reload, which grants 33% damage when reloaded after a kill. Now onto scout rifles. I'm getting this information from Planet Destiny, so I'll leave a link in the description for that website. Outlaw grants an insane reload speed after a kill, so it's good for PvE and PvP. If you've got a scout rifle that can't stay still, try the Rodeo perk. It lessens the recoil of the gun. Personally, I've never seen this perk on a scout rifle, but full auto mode isn't a bad one either. Explosive rounds disorient the enemies, so they're good for PvE and PvP. Not to mention they add a bit of extra damage too, especially in 1v1 situations. They're extremely useful. On the last perk, Third Eye is a great choice, along with Hidden Hand and Army of One, which grants bonus grenade and melee energy on unassisted kills. And now for the special weapons. We'll be focusing on the sidearms first. Now I'm getting this information off of another Reddit post, so I'll link that in description too. If you're playing defensively with a sidearm, Quick Draw draws the weapon incredibly fast, Hot Swap, which gives the weapon bonus accuracy after equipping it, and Zen Moment, which grants more stability after hitting an enemy, are all good choices. If you're planning on rushing enemies with your sidearm, high caliber rounds can stagger enemies and screw them up. Perfect for rushing. Rangefinder can also be a good thing on sidearms with low range, and if you've got Hidden Hand, that's decent too. Now on to snipers. Like with the other weapons, I'm using a Reddit post to find what's best, so I'll link it in the description. Snipers are a different beast. When it comes to outscoping your enemy, short range scopes win every single time. The best scopes for PvP would have to be the short gaze SLH-10, the long view SLR-10, and the ViewTech SLH-20. The ambush SLH-25 isn't a bad one either. Life support to have on a sniper isn't too bad. Grenader, which reduces the cooldown of your grenade after a kill, is alright. Army of One isn't too bad. Mulligan is alright. And Spray and Play, which increases reload speed when a mag is empty, is decent. Now, onto column 3, Quick Draw isn't too bad, Perfect Balance is pretty good, and Small Bore is alright if you're fine with the trade-offs. In column 4, Hidden Hand is pretty good, Unflinching is nice as hell because it reduces flinching by 33%, and lastly, Take a Knee, which grants better accuracy and stability as well as less flinching. That all roughly translates into being really good. I'm going to leave a website with all the perks in the description so you can look through them at your own will, so if you have a weapon that I didn't mention, you can decide what's best for yourself. Well, that's going to end my weapon guide for today. I hope you guys figured out what's good and what isn't, and in the future I will be uploading a video based on classes like grenades and supers. And of course, if you'd like to check out any of the sources below, I'll leave links. If you guys bothered to stay this long, please leave a like on the video if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.